The next control we want to discover is 6.3. Control 6.3 is titled Information Security Awareness, Education and Training and belongs to the people controls of Annex A. Now, what is this control about? Now, Control 6.3 is about establishing an awareness program and information security training programs to make sure that people that do work in our organization have the necessary skills to execute their tasks and also have the necessary awareness for information security in order to avoid any stupid mistakes. Now, the objective of this control is basically to foster an environment where everyone understands and fulfills their information security responsibilities. This control is definitely preventive, so by training and raising awareness, we can hopefully avoid a lot of trouble firsthand by making sure that people know what they're supposed to do and have the necessary skills to actually do what we expect from them. Now, how could we somehow implement this control? Let's have a close look. Now, first of all, you need to identify roles in your organization that are somehow affected by information security. So, for example, people doing frontline work in the service center. They will have contact with customers, therefore they will handle personally identifiable information. Your IT admins, definitely involved in information security. Your HR department, and so on and so on. So this is the first step. Identify who would somehow benefit from an information security awareness training and who would benefit from a dedicated information security training. Next up, we have to determine what are our competence and awareness requirements. So what do we want people to be aware of? So for example, let's talk about phishing. So we want our people to be aware of phishing links. So they have to be educated what is phishing and how to spot a phishing mail. And besides educating, we might also want to conduct a real phishing drill. So we send out a potentially malicious email, which is just a fake email, to see who is going to click on a link, who's going to insert their credentials. Same for the skills. So if we say our CISO, he has to know these requirements, for example, they have to know about the ISO 27001, or we want them to hold and maintain a CISSP, for example. These are all the competence requirements that you determine as an organization. Next up, we basically conduct a gap assessment. So we assess our current competence and awareness levels and compare them with our desired competence and awareness levels. And maybe we have to conduct a training in order to get people from A to B, or we have to raise or conduct additional awareness measures. Next up, once we have conducted this gap assessment, we plan for the actual information security education and training program. So that means which trainings are we planning on conducting in the future? Are we going to send our people to a seminar? Are we going to conduct an in-house training? Like all these sorts of things. Then we plan our information security awareness program. So is there some sort of communication? Is there an online training? Is there a phishing drill? All these things. Then we conduct our awareness trainings and competence trainings. Okay, so we send people to these seminars, we run these drills, we make our staff conduct this online training maybe, or maybe we host an in-house session, whatever there is. You conduct this, you could document the training and awareness results, so like a letter of confirmation that you have participated in a certain training. Maybe there's an exam at the end of the lecture or at the end of the training to actually verify that you have learned what was covered in this exam. And finally, we evaluate the overall program effectiveness. So we check whether our training and awareness measures had the desired effect. So remember, right in the beginning, we were conducting this sort of gap assessment to see where do we want to be and where are we currently at. And if we're not very effective here, of course, we have to change something. Otherwise, we could just go on with normal operations. Okay, so Now the tricky part here is to demonstrate compliance with this control. So I think you should come up with some rules in your topic-specific policy on personal security. So for example, stating who is subject to awareness and trainings. So awareness, probably everybody in the organization who has somehow access to information, which is nowadays actually everybody. Regarding the training, which roles require a dedicated training? Is there a training budget? Whatever there is, okay? Records and logs. We want to see an information security awareness program and an information security training and education program. So in other words, come up with a documented plan on which measures are going to be conducted or executed. And then last but not least, training and awareness records. So keep some records to demonstrate that X% of my employees have participated in the annual awareness program. Or we have some participation records of trainings. Maybe a certificate like the ISO 27001 Lead Implementer certificate, for example, can also demonstrate compliance towards outsiders and can give you as an organization additional assurance that people are hopefully capable of their job and therefore you can trust them. All right, and that's it for Control 6.3.